Welcome back to DS Trucks. In today's video, I want to compare the towing capacity of a gas-powered F350 versus a diesel F350. Now, if you look at the trailer hitch, then you will see that we have a 2.5-inch hitch or receiver on our 2022 F350 and a max tongue weight of 1,820 pounds and a max towing of 18,200 pounds. Now this is a F350 with the derate package, so our overall gross vehicle weight rating is 10,000 pounds on this F350. The reason we did that is to keep our rig from being non-CDL. Now one of the questions we have on the channel is an F350 with a derated package. Does that mean that these springs on the rear are different from the springs on the rear of an F350 without the derate package? So let's take a close look here at the springs on our F350, and let's take a look over to the diesel springs. Here are the springs of an F350 without the derate payload package. It's kind of hard to tell. Do they look the same? This one has an undercoat on it, so the springs do appear to be a little bit thicker. But I do believe we have an F350 that doesn't have undercoat, so let's take a look at that F350. So here is the spring pack on another F350. This truck is a diesel. It does not have a derate package. And let me grab my light. Okay, so the springs appear to be the same. You have the same distance between the overload springs. I mean, maybe slightly closer. This truck is heavier, but they do appear to be the same springs. It appears to me that the derate package is just a derate on the sticker. But one thing is different on these diesel 350s compared to the gas. Let's take a look at the hitch. On the diesel F350s, you can get a 3-inch hitch, and check out this beast of a hitch on this truck. He's got the Gen Y on this truck. This thing is amazing. But on the 350s, you get better towing with the diesel and more tongue weight. You can do 2,120 pounds of tongue weight on the 350 with the diesel engine, and you can tow 21,200 pounds without weight distribution. That is pretty impressive. So with the diesel, you get a bigger hitch, you get your 3-inch receiver, you get the ability to tow more, and you get more tongue weight. And I think that is because when you have a diesel engine, you have an extra 800 pounds of ballast in the form of your engine hanging over your front axle. And a lot of people talk about tongue weight and they think, well, you can put your payload on your tongue. Not necessarily. If you look at your hitch, it's way back here behind the rear axle, and it's actually like cantilevering over the rear axle when you look at it from the side. So your tongue weight doesn't necessarily rate as high as your payload. It's quite a bit less than your actual payload capacity. So tongue weight tends to be less than payload capacity. The reason I bring that up is because I had a comment that said that you're putting too much weight on your truck, you're exceeding your payload. Well, you exceed your tongue capacity before you exceed your payload capacity. For example, our tongue capacity on our 350 gas truck is 1,800 pounds, 1,820, and our payload is 2,800 pounds because we have the derate package. If we didn't have the derate package and had the payload package, we'd have a lot more payload than that. But your tongue weight on your hitch is not going to be as high as your payload unless you were gooseneck towing. Then the pin weight would be more closely related to your payload weight. It would be a lot higher and a lot more weight that you can put on a gooseneck ball. But having these trucks here, having the ability to look at an F350 side by side with an F350 that is derated versus one that's not derated is kind of nice, because now we can see that our spring pack is the same regardless of the engine or regardless of the derate package. So the derate package just gives you a lower gross vehicle weight rating in an attempt to avoid some regulations depending on where you are. In our area, I'm just avoiding CDL stuff. So anyway, this is DS Trucks. My name is Sean. See you in the next video. Over and out.